We know that a relation is defined from set A to set B, and it is a subset of the Cartesian product A cross B. Okay. So, for example, if we had a set which is AEO and B is the set 2, 7. Now, we could define one relation R1 from A to B to be simply A, 2 and E, 7. We could define R2 from A to B, it's another relation. We can define it as A, 2, A, 7, E, 2 and O, 7. R3 another could be A, 2, E, 2 and O, 7. So, we can have many relations. Now, each of these relations contains a subset of the ordered pairs that are there in A cross B. Now, what is a function? A function is a special kind of relation. So, firstly, a function is a relation. A function from A to B is a relation, definitely. Okay? That means a relation is nothing but a subset of A cross B. So, a function is also a subset of A cross B, but it has to satisfy two other conditions. A relation such that, what are the two conditions? Every element in A is part of the domain of the relation. Which means AEO must be the domain. Okay. Another way to say this is, in relations, if you say A, 2 is a part of the relation, we say that 2 is the image of A. Okay. Now, we know that relations can be represented in many ways. One, this is the roster way, you could have the set builder way, or you could have the diagram, the arrow diagram A to B. Okay. Now, if there is a line from, if this is the A and this is the B and AEO 2, 7, if A to 2 is a line, then 2 is said to be the image of A. So, another way to say this is, every element, every A belongs to A has an image. Okay. This is another way to say the same condition. Okay. But there is also a second condition, which is that every element or every A belongs to A, capital A, has exactly one image. Okay. So, we can combine both and say every element has one and only one image. Okay. But just to understand it very clearly, I am writing it as two separate conditions. Okay. For example, if A is connected to 2 and A is also connected to 7, we say A is related to 2 and A is related to 7, then both 2 and 7 are images of this small a. Okay. But the second condition says every element must have exactly one image. That means every A must occur exactly once in the relation. Okay. For example, if A, something is there, another A, something should not be there. Okay. So, let us examine the three relations that we defined as examples to see which of these will satisfy the criterion for a function. Let us take R1 from A to B. It is A, 2, E, 7. Let us look at the first condition. Every element in A is part of the domain, or every small a belongs to A has an image. Well, the set A has A, E and O, but O is not part of this first element set at all. Therefore, this is not a function. Okay. Now, let us look at R2. It has A, 2, A, 7, E, 2 and O, 7. Now, Does it satisfy the first condition? Every element is part of the domain, or every A has an image. Well, A has an image, okay, it has 2. E has an image, which is 2. O has an image, which is 7. Okay, so it satisfies the first condition. What is the second condition? Every element has exactly one image. Now you can see that small a is connected to both 2 and 7, because a comma 2 is an element, a comma 7 is also a part of the relation. Therefore, this violates the second condition, and therefore this is not a function. Okay. Now let us look at the third relation. You have a comma 2, e comma 2 and o comma 7. Does it satisfy the first condition? Every a has an image. Well, a, e and o are all part of the relation, so definitely this satisfies the first condition. Does it satisfy the second condition? Okay. Does a have more than one image? No. A is connected to 2, so R3, if we represent it, this line won't be there. A is connected to 2, E is connected to 2 and O is connected to 7. Okay. So it satisfies the second condition, and therefore this is a function. Okay. Now a very important idea to learn. Okay. So let us say, in fact, let us put R4 also A to B, it is let us say A comma 2, E comma 2 and O comma 2. Okay. So suppose this is R3, which is a function, and R4, let us examine whether this is also a function. Well, it satisfies the first condition, A, E, O all are there, and it also satisfies the second condition, that A is not related to 2 elements, it has only one image, and the diagram will be something like this. Now, so this is also a function. Now a very important idea to understand in functions is that these two conditions only talk of elements in set A. The most common misconception in functions is students assume that a similar property must also hold for set B, which is not true. Look at R3, you have two elements A and E both related to 2, both of them are going into 2, which means both of them have the same image 2. Does it violate this? No. Every element must have only one image, but nobody said that every element in B must be an image of only one thing in A. 2 is an image of 2 separate elements, therefore that is not a condition to be satisfied for function. This is still a function. Okay. Now let us look at R4. Well, R4, 2 is an image of 3 elements, that is not a problem, and 7 is not an image of anything at all. 7 is not the second element at all in this list, but we have still labeled R4 as a function because that is not one of the requirements here. We do not need every element in B to be part of the range. Okay. So now to summarize, the two conditions tell us that if you have a relation to be, if a relation should be a function, then the domain must be the set A. It is very clear that the domain must be the set A, because every element in A must be part of the domain, is what we have listed as the first condition. The codomain is set B, and finally the range is a subset of B. This can still hold. Range need not be B in a function. Range can still be only a smaller set, something smaller than B. So the two conditions are domain must be set A and every element must have only one image. You must not have another line from A. Okay. And finally this, so that means domain is A, codomain is B, and range is a subset of B. Okay. So this is what a function is. Now, but this is a very trivial example where you have some 3 elements in set A, 2 elements in set B. So these are easy to understand. Okay. Now the real question for us to ask is that what is it that we are actually going to do with functions? Okay. Now most often we are going to deal with the a and b are either going to be real numbers or subsets of real numbers. We could say all positive real numbers, all integers, etc. are all subsets of real numbers. Now a function which if a comma b, so if a comma b equal, if this condition is satisfied, is a real valued function. Okay, this is what is actually going to be useful for us on in a practical way. For example, real valued functions, it's going to be very difficult to, typically it's going to be difficult to list them in the roster form. You can't list all the elements in the function. So usually you are going to use the set builder method. For example, f, we could say r to r equals x comma y such that y is equal to 2x. Now is this a function? Suppose I define a relation like this. Here the r is, okay, I have to put this fancy symbol r, okay, to denote that this is from real numbers to real numbers. Okay. Now we can apply the same idea, same rules and check. Is every element in x a part of the, is every element in real numbers a part of the domain? Can you have, let's take some examples. For example, things that will satisfy x comma y should such that y equals to x. So 1 comma 2 is a part. Okay. Minus 3 comma minus 6 is a part. 0 comma 0 is a part. Okay. 1 by 3 comma 2 by 3 is a part. Okay. So you can write many such things. Is there any real number that will not be part of the first elements? Is there any real number which cannot be included in the x? Actually I have taken positive, negative, fraction, 0. We can even consider irrational numbers, root 2 and 2 root 2. Okay. So you can see that for every real number you can always find a pair such that it is the first element, and you can find exactly one image, because for every x the only image it's going to have is 2x. So this satisfies the first condition as well as the second condition. But how did we verify that it satisfies? Well, we didn't actually list everything, we didn't also draw the diagram, because both are not feasible. You can't draw a diagram with all the entries because there will be infinite elements. So in fact this is a very important idea to understand in functions. All the practical applications that we are going to do with functions are going to deal with infinite sets. The examples that we saw are just to understand the concept. These are very trivial examples with 3 elements, 4 elements, etc., just to understand what a function means. But we are going to be dealing with things like this, and we have to determine whether it's a function, what is its domain, what is its codomain, etc. And all of these we are going to be using the set builder method to make that comparison. This is an important idea to understand when it comes to functions. Okay. So we can still say that this is also a function, but we have to understand that we didn't have the luxury of listing everything. We are just arguing that every x must be a part of this, and every x will have only one image, because for every x 2x is a unique number. Okay. That is why we will still say that this is a function.